Caught it up. Some whack shit. Some real whack shit, dog. Hey. No, I don't want that. Give me all that. Oh, hey, Kristen, how you doing? I'm good. All's good. I can't complain. I had a good day. Hope you did too. Oh, well, such is life. Such is life. What's up, Dan? How you doing, brother? How you feeling today? How's you and the wife? Good? Oh, you got good news, medical? I knew I asked for a reason. That's good, Dan. I'm very happy to hear that. Good news from medical. That's what I always tell people, you know. I'd rather have good medical news than millions of dollars. Be nice to have both, but if I had to choose, I'd have health. For sure. But that's great. I'm glad you and mama's good. I guess Spirit's taking care of you and God and all of our prayers and concerns and worries for you guys. Oh, may it come together. The power of prayer is more than what people think. That's why I keep doing it, because it works. So that's good news. Oh, good Lord. The doctor told the wife, see me in a year. Okay, good. Hey, Gala, how you doing? Amen. You good? Good to hear. Oh, at least you got your damn arms, right? That's how you got to think about it. You can have bandages on things, but as long as you got them, as long as the bandages are are working, and you got both your arms, then you're good to go. Oh God, why am I yawning? She's about 92. She have marginals. Okay. Well, there you go. Main thing is you guys are all right. That's good. I'm glad to hear. I'm over here reminiscing about music and DJing after I saw the after I saw my DJ friends party they had on Saturday night. It always like sparks me up and makes me get addicted to listening to music and wanting to do it again. And I gotta like pull myself back from getting involved and dwelling too much on it. But sometimes your old hobbies want to come back into your life. I always say I'm gonna get back into it, and then I end up saying nah. Then I end up seeing another like party or my friends there that are my age, and I'm like, man, should I or what? Then I'm like, nah. I torture myself. I torture myself all the time. I watch that stuff, and then it's like, man, if I was there, shit. Oh, a little humor goes a long way. Yeah, I mean, I was a DJ for 20 something years, and then I stopped because I was getting older. I was in my mid 30s, and I said, fuck this. I don't want to play music to a bunch of kids that my friends gave birth to. And, I didn't feel like going through another generation of playing music to a bunch of young kids. And then I didn't want to just play music. In Bermuda, it's very different. If you play new things, they don't really want to hear it. You have to keep playing the same old shit over and over and over. So like I got to the point where I got fed up and I tried to change people's mentality to listen to more new stuff because there's so much new stuff around. But in Bermuda, people are just stuck on the old ways, the old music, which is fine. And when I listened to the music that they all played, once again, 75% was old stuff. So I was like, ain't nothing changed. Just like my friend said, ain't nothing changed, Mark. It's all the same. And I was like, well, that's why I got out because I just can't be playing old shit every day, all day. It's boring. I feel like people's brains here need to expand, but it gets me riled up a bit because when I see other people playing music, I know that deep down inside I can do better. But then I say to myself, man, it don't even make sense because you have nothing to prove. So, been there, done that, conquered that world. But it'll be nice to get back into it just to like online or something like that. I don't want to go out in public anymore. I mean, I say it a lot of times and I've done it, you know, I would say in July I did it a couple times with my friend that weekend, but it was just boring to me because everybody wants to hear the same shit over and over that I've heard my whole life. But it's all good. I rather do this hobby now. This to me is more than a hobby, it's a way of life. But I get kind of like sparked up when I see, I don't know, it's just a desire that I had. It's something I did for a long time, so I kind of just say to myself, you know, just leave it alone, Mark. It's gonna get you in trouble. Life is so peaceful right now. So if I get back into that, it's gonna, I gotta deal with all these idiots and I gotta deal with people, sane people, bad people, good people. Gotta deal with drunk people. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. But it was nice seeing some of my friends online and seeing how happy they are and DJing and shit. It's pretty cool. I like it. Hey, Lucky, how you doing? Yeah. I mean, I talk about it every now and then, but it's just a phase I go through when I see it, because I know, like that with DJing, it's like a natural talent for me. It's something that will never, like, I can never, like, not know how to do it anymore, you know? So when I did it last month, it was like natural to me. It was like I haven't done it in years, and I just been on there, and it was like bang, bang, bang. But I don't know. I just don't want to be in public eye, in front of a crowd anymore. I used to do that shit like every week. So I'd rather like do it online, have my own channel online, and just play music and just have fun, like how most people do. So that keeps you out of trouble, you know. So it's all good. It's the good old days. I really don't want to get too involved, because the way I left was like I left when I was on top, and I pretty much handed over the reins to the next guys, the younger generation. So I just, I'll stay like, the way I am. Because I left on a good note and I want to keep it that way. So it's good. It's good to leave on a good note. And plus, I enjoy doing this a lot now. And this month makes 6 years I've been on here. So I don't really want to like take my time away from this because I like doing this more right now. And it keeps me out of trouble. Well, the thing is, I still have my skills because I proved that the other day. But the thing is, it's not even about that. It's just like my reputation. I don't want to ruin it, you know. So yeah, almost like leaving before your skills. Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, I still have the talent to do it, and I know I can. But it's just I have a good reputation in the DJ world, and I don't want to come back out and then ruin it, or have someone try to ruin it. So I rather like be still be on top. I just think that when I hear some of these guys talk, like when they DJ, they say certain things, and I think that they don't mention me because they don't like me, because I used to kick their ass all the time, and I was like way better than them, so they'll never mention me, right? But this guy that I know, he's like 2 years older than me. We're not rivals, but we're like we're friends, but we're not really not in the DJ world. And he mentioned a few like older DJs that are good and stuff and blah blah blah, and then but he never mentioned my name. And my friend called me, goes, you notice how he never says your name? I said, of course not. He's not gonna say my name. I said, when do I say his? I don't say his name either. I ain't fucking worrying about him. But I'm sure people would love to see us go at it just to see who's like the best. But I already challenged him and he said no. He said we're friends and we should stay that way. Because we have a bond through somebody. Like his brother-in-law was one of my best friends and he died. And him and I like formed an alliance together in the DJ world. And when he passed away, like it destroyed both of us, because we were around each other all the time. So he kind of used that to like say, we shouldn't go at it for his sake and all this bullshit. So And I was like, look, man, it's just a friendly thing, you know. Whoever wins, wins. If I lose, I'll shake your hand, bro. It's all good. I'll take the L. But he knows it weren't gonna happen. Because at that time, like, we were both on top, but I was more of you know, a DJ. He was more of like, he had help. He doesn't do it by himself. I do it all by myself. But he has like help and shit. So, but it was cool watching him win. He won the competition again. He's one of the best. He still is. But I still feel like I can beat him. But I'll leave it alone, though. You know, it's that. It's not about that. I don't really care. But it was fun. It's on my mind a lot. Like watching it and seeing everybody there. Having a good time, and I'm like saying to myself, I remember this shit. It was so cool. But I started at a very early age. Hey, Starlight, how you doing? So because I started at a very early age, I kind of like, you know, it's like I'm had enough. I'll leave it alone and just move on with life. But yeah, there's some days I want to get back into it, but I don't know. I think it's just gonna. I don't know. Maybe I'm like over analyzing it probably, but I don't know. I'll see how it goes. I don't really want to do anything right now. I love doing this right now, so I don't want to take no time for me doing this every day. I don't feel like doing too many things anyway, but it's all good. I might do it once a week so it doesn't get boring. I might do it once a week. We'll see. I'm not gonna do it right now. I want to do it like when I feel like it. People are probably tired of hearing me talk about it. They're like, Mark, you've been saying that forever. I know because every time I see it online, it makes me want to do it. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just talking about my DJ days. Like I was watching a couple of my friends had a DJ competition on Saturday, and I was watching it, and I was like, "Fuck, man, I want to be there. Like I want to do that shit again. Like I want to win again. I would like to do that shit. It's only a couple hours. But then I was like, nah, I'm good. I kind of like, I don't know. It's something that I've always loved to do because I was really good at it, and I still am. I know I am, and I still have all my music too and my equipment. Hey Joey, how you doing, my twin? How's the brownies? I'm not eating any brownies. Yeah, I'm okay, Starlight. I'm just reminiscing about my DJ days because I saw a party on Saturday online. They recorded it and I saw it, and it made me laugh, and seeing my friends out there playing music still at that age, and I'm like, fuck, man, I should do it. I should go back into it. But I'm sure they don't want me to. I'm sure they had enough of me. Well, here in Bermuda, I play reggae music. It's reggae and rap. That's about it. But we play 90% reggae, like old reggae, new reggae. But here in Bermuda, everybody likes, lovers rock reggae and things like that. That's what I do. City is very humid. Yeah, Bob Marley and I have share the same birthday, February 6th. Well, like I said, I was a DJ for many years. Over 20 years I was a DJ, and I've DJed all over the world. I went to Germany. I've been to Atlanta. My CDs and everything's in Portugal. I made CDs like every month with brand new music on it, old music. I sold my CDs everywhere. My CDs are all over the world till today. People still tell me they got them. Um, I was in New York twice. I've been in Atlanta like 3 times. And I've pretty much DJ'd at every venue you can think of here. And I even had a online radio show here in Bermuda. So it was pretty. Hey, Tanya, how you feeling? You good? I didn't even see you come in. Yeah, so I've done a lot, and like I said earlier, I went out with a bang. I was on top at the time. I pretty much was like, ain't nobody gonna beat me, so I'm leaving. Like I'm done. I can give this to the next generation. I was about 37 years old when I finished completely, when I just gave it all up, and everybody was mad at me. They were mad as shit. Come on, man, you're still young. You can do it. And I was like, look, man, I've been doing this shit forever. I'm done. I'm heading off. I'm the best. So why am I gonna keep going? And the other good DJs, they never wanted to mingle with me or play alongside of me because they knew they weren't gonna get no attention. Diamond, will you stop? Speaking of attention, damn dog. Every live I have to talk about your nuisance ass. Over there making all that damn noise. I can't even hear myself talk. Hey Lisa, how you doing? Blessed. The forest fires have grown. Oh no. So you gotta smell dirty smoke? That sucks. I was saying too, I heard a beep. I was like, what? I picked up some odds and ends. I got myself dirty. Went inside and put all the clothes in the washer and took a shower. Realized I have nothing to wear. Oh, that's cool. At least you can go around walking naked. It's okay. Ain't nobody looking. And if they do, they might see something they like. That's all. It's dark. It should be. It's not dark yet. You're a couple hours behind. You just have to wait for the dark. It's fucking dope. Really? You love making. You still got food on your damn nose from your dinner. I just noticed that because I got my glasses on. She still got a piece of food on her damn nose from her dinner. From her girl. Jesus, please help me. This dog makes some damn noise. She's still rude and naughty, as usual. Lisa, I got your donation. Thanks. I'll answer your question. Pain in the ass. You're under flash flood warnings. Oh shit, that's not good. Well, there's another hurricane forming in the Atlantic, but they don't know if it's gonna come here or not. But of course, I have to stay alert to make sure it doesn't come here, or hopefully it doesn't. So. Lisa, to answer that question, I would say no. It's not. It's not that person. I don't get that it's that person, but it could be somebody that like negotiates things with you, or like helps you with overcoming things. But it's not that person that you're asking me about. I don't get that. I don't get that it's them. Well, that's all right. You don't have to figure it out. It's meant to just fall in your lap. Don't stress over figuring things out. These are things that are going to eventually happen. Do you know that you're not supposed to know everything in life? You know? That person doesn't even give a shit about you, to be honest. I just wanted to check. That person you asked me to check, he doesn't even give a shit about you. It's all reversed here, all like bad shit. Like he don't care. He doesn't care about you like that. So it's definitely not him. You know what I mean? When is the $1 million question? If every psychic can predict, right? If every psychic in this world can predict when, then I would have been married by now. Because they told me I was supposed to be married with 3 kids, beautiful wife. Meanwhile, they're all wrong. So when is never going to be, sometimes it'll happen. I do 30-day readings to cover my ass and spirit's ass. So if it happens in that time frame, great. If it doesn't, oh well. Knowing when is a pain in the ass. Time frames are very difficult. As far as when, it could be in the next 30 days. So I would say from now to the end of the month, it can happen. From now to the end of the month, it can happen. You'll deal with this man. All right? That's all I can tell you, pretty much. And you just gotta like let shit happen, you know? Sometimes it's like a pre-warning. So when that person arrives, then you'll know exactly who it is and why and when and how and all that type of shit. But it looks like it can happen in the next 30 days. So by the end of the month, it can happen. I got a positive yes on that. So, yes, Joey, I'm feeling Like I want to wear blue, even though the hat kind of sort of matches it. But yeah, when I'm feeling blue. I agree, Starlight. Free will and divine timing is the best timing. But I never really worry about timing too much. I mean, I don't claim to predict time, but my time frames have come to pass many times. But people's time frames on me don't. And I don't know why, but it's just the way it is. Because God doesn't want me to focus on that. It's when God wants things to happen. But there's some people who have done time frames for and they said that it happened. And there's some that don't because people have free will. They can change whatever they want. You know, that's how they are. But Lisa, also with that question, right? Remember how, like you said here about family? Family can also be in spirit, you know? So, see, like when I say things about family stuff, it can be if you don't have any immediate family that you speak to, it can be your deceased family. But when I told you that a while ago, you said I don't know anybody. So you're just a difficult pain in the ass to deal with. I don't know how the hell somebody don't know, who their past family is and who their spiritual family is. But if you don't, then I understand. But even if you don't know who they are, it doesn't make a difference because those people can be helping you. Now, that's probably what it is. If it's not immediate family, then it's spiritual family. See what I mean? And sometimes you're gonna go through those tower years, and the tower card isn't even that bad the way people make it sound. Yeah. Well, see, if you don't have any living family, that means your deceased family is taking care of you. So when I talk about family in your readings, like you said in the question, that means that your deceased family, your spiritual family, is taking care of you, and they're trying to make things happen. So if they make things happen, then bang, that's who they are. That's what they're trying to do. But you got to do your part too. So if you know them and know of them, then talk to them. Say, hey guys, I need your help. Grandma, auntie, uncle, mom, dad, sister, brother, whoever. Whoever's out there, just talk to them. They'll help you. Or just, you know, well, see, if you talk like that, they're probably going to be like, F you too. If they just read what you said, see? Because if they didn't do shit when they was living for you, then that's probably why. Because you're a pain in the ass and you're like, yeah, acting ungrateful. See, in order for them to help you, you got to show them like you want their help. But I'm sure it's not everybody that acted that way towards you. There has to be somebody that's deceased that actually liked your pain in the ass. I'm sure there is. Somebody cares about you. And if they don't, then you know you're not doing something right. I laugh when people say spirit guides and guardian angels sometimes because like a lot of people don't believe in that, Starlight. A lot of people don't believe they have a guardian angel or a spirit guide. But well, if every last person in spirit that you know sucked you dry and disrespected you, then that's probably why you're having a tower 2 years of tower moments because they want to make sure it stays that way. So if I were you, I pray to God Himself. And in the same breath, she says, I have a guardian angel. Oh, Jesus, help me. Oh, Jesus, help this woman. She just finished bashing the whole spirit world. Now she says she has a guardian angel. Yeah. Please, Jesus, help me. Lord Jesus, help me. Help me deal with these people. Tanya, I got your donation. Thanks. You can ask me what you need to ask me. You don't make no sense. May the Lord help you. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some more water. Lord Jesus, help me. Help me, Jesus. What you looking at? Ain't nothing for you that I have. Okay? Don't be keeping your eye on me. Acting like the police. Yeah, she is relaxed. I pray to Archangel Michael every day, Starlight. It's Santa Claus, Dan. He said he needed somewhere to stay. No, it's fine. Take your time, Tanya. I'm very well entertained. Yes, Joey, she's relaxed. You know how she is. This is her favorite time of the night. Yeah, I pray to Archangel Michael every night. That was one of the first things I was taught by my friend. She deals with Archangel Michael every day. Every time she touches her car, she says Archangel Michael, this, that, and blah, blah, blah. She always does that. She's like a huge believer in Archangel Michael. She's one of the psychics that taught me how to read. Some people think that their guides are rappers, and all these other people out there like Michael Jackson or Prince or somebody. These people are delusional. Those people have their own things to do right now. They're too busy getting back at the people who disrespected them. That's why Lisa's having a hard time because there's people in spirit like, let me zap this damn woman. Like it's time to make her karma come to her. She says we didn't do shit for her. We'll show her. Pew. All the archangels and angels, I'm sure they help everybody. I'm a believer in it. I believe in the archangels and the angels and things like that. I know a lady that talks to fairies and stuff like that and deals with fairies. It's a lot of things that I believe in all of it, to be honest. I just feel like everybody has their own way, their own thing. Because I know a lady that deals with fairies and and she doesn't do mediumship. She can't do mediumship. So I gave her a reading one time and she didn't know who the person was. And then when she thought about it, she was like, I know who it is now. And I was like, all right, well, I'm glad you know who it is. So, um, but when she started talking to me about fairies, I told her I don't have no clue about all that stuff. I've never seen fairies in my life. I never had them come to me in spirit. That's not my domain. That's not my thing. Like, So, and then there's people who, see the angels and all that stuff, and there's people that, you know, actually see the spirit right in front of them and stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of things out there that people don't know that exist, but I know it exists. I definitely know it exists because I know a few people that deal with things like that. Some psychics can like draw a picture of somebody that and they'll draw the picture of what they see. I actually wish that I can do that sometimes, but I'm not a gifted artist like that. I never was really into drawing and all that type of stuff. Hey, Sophie, you just got my notification? Yeah, I've been on here for 46 minutes. Yeah, it ain't easy. It happens. Sounds about right. Oh, nice, Dan. Glad you got them fixed. Well, I'm a firm believer in things being real. I don't believe I don't believe in a I believe in a lot of things, but there's some things I'm like, yeah, right. But I've I think I've told this story before where I actually tapped into like some not really alien type things, but like a different realm of like creatures and stuff, like not aliens, but like dragons and shit and things like that, and like how like there's like certain creatures that used to exist back in the day. Because as you know, the world has many creatures, many things. There's so many animals, right? And they eventually go extinct where you don't see them anymore, right? But back in the day, there was some creatures that don't exist anymore. But I was asked to tap into a certain like mini dragon looking bird thing. And I told the person that I see it and I see a man with the creature and stuff. And she was like, yeah, that's it. That's the one. And I described it and I was like, yeah, that's it. Because this person was all into that stuff. And then I had ended up seeing the actual creature. And I was like kind of saying to myself, this is different. But a man spirit showed me the creature. Like he identified it, showed it to me and said, oh, this is what the person's talking about. But I'm not really been asked to do more than that. But the person knew that I was a medium and like they wanted me to check to see if that like, if that creature was like a part of their culture or some stuff like that. It was pretty cool. I kind of enjoyed doing it. But that was it. Like I've done a few things for a few people that are kind of out of my reach, and then I just try it and it works. You know. So I was kind of like, this shit's crazy because if I see it in spirit, I know it's real, and I know like things have happened. But I believe in a lot of the myths that are out there. I believe in a lot of creatures and a lot of things, especially things in the ocean, because the ocean is the biggest part of the earth. There's more water than there is land. So I believe that when people say this is in the ocean, I totally believe it because the ocean, like a skyscraper, is a couple hundred feet up in the air, right? But you put that skyscraper in a part of the water, it'll get swallowed into pieces. It'll get swallowed. So there's like there's a guy that fishes and he went down 1,200 feet, and thousands of miles down below with a rod and shit. So there's so many things. I believe more what's in the water than I believe what's on land. Because the land you can actually find things with cameras and in the water. But I tell you one thing, like I believe in mermaids. I believe in shark, like big ass sharks and whales and big creatures like all that big ass squids and shit. We just don't see a lot of those things because it'll scare people from going into the ocean. That's why they don't really show you too much shit, but it leaks out and people think it's like AI now, right? I think that's one of the reasons why AI has been created to like tell you the truth indirectly. That's what it does to me. That's what I feel like why it got invented. But that's what I believe. I believe in it. I believe in a lot of things, when it's come to the ocean, because I live around the ocean, so I know that it's a very special place. Hey Maria, how you doing? Tanya, if you're ready, let me know. Yeah, same here, Joe. I can see the ocean every day. Yeah, I believe that could be it, Starlight, Atlantis, because in Bermuda they found like a couple miles off of Bermuda they found like pyramids and shit underwater and all that stuff. There's like a big documentary about it. It's a lot of shit that they found around here. That's why the energy is so deep here in Bermuda. And all these caves. We have caves in Bermuda and all that stuff on way underneath the land that goes far far. Like Bermuda's like another world, you know. It's fucking nuts. And I'm not just saying it because I live here, because everywhere people live, you can have a story about some, fantastic thing that's going on in your country, right? But uh, here in Bermuda, we have like caves that go down like a mile or two underneath the sea level, and there's water way down there, but it's all covered by a cave, and it's just like you say to yourself, how the fuck is this possible? Like, it's just crazy. It's absolutely nuts. But that's why Bermuda is a place where the energy and the power here is on another level. And I'm very surprised that we don't have a lot of psychics here. I'm very surprised. Well, if there is, I don't know of them, but they have like a psychic like thing where people come here like every now and then, but it's more like astrologers and not psychics. I know two psychics here in Bermuda, but I don't know anybody else. All right. All right, so Tanya, you said, how is the designer lady meeting gonna go tomorrow? I fell apart on her at on the phone. Grief just came out of nowhere. She's the one who's gonna say new carpet, new paint, what colors. I also have an inspector coming tomorrow morning. Of course, I have ants, but I don't think they're very happy right now. Yeah. All right, let me check. Okay, Joy. All right, Tanya, let me see what I got for you. Okay. Well, I feel like this designer lady, when she comes, she's going to tell you that you got to change this, you got to change that. There's some things you got to do. Obviously, that's what she's there for, right? Um, I mean, she knows what you're dealing with, and what I'm getting is like what I'm getting here is if you're not happy with something she says or to change, then don't do it. Like you got to stand up to her, like not in a bad way. I'm not getting like negative shit. I'm just like the way the cards are, it's telling me that if she wants to keep, if she's gonna say, change this, change that, or do this and do that, right? Now, if you honestly feel like there's something that you don't want to do, and she says, well, we don't have to do this, but I think, if she says, I think that we should do that, then don't. Just tell her, look, let's just do this minimum shit here, and then that's it. Try not to let her to convince you to do a whole heap of shit. And I want you to tell her exactly what I tell you. I'm selling this place so the new people can do whatever the fuck they want to it. Yeah? Because I can fix this shit and do this and do that. And that person's going to come here, buy the place, and change it. And you're not going to know, and neither is she. So, in order to come out on top, right? You got to make sure she doesn't convince you to keep doing a whole heap of shit. Tell her you're on a budget and you don't want to spend a whole heap of money on this house because the new owners can deal with it. Another thing I want you to do, because I don't even want to look at these cards, because I already know what this means. Because what you got to do is you got to tell her as well. And I want you to do this. I want you to like, say to her like, I want when the inspector comes, right? And the inspector says, look, Tanya, you have to do this, this, and this in order for this house to pass so you could sell it, right? Just say he says that, right? I'm just giving you an example. So this designer lady, she could say whatever she wants, right? But don't give her the go ahead yet. So when the inspector comes and he says, look, Tanya, you got to do this, you got to do that, and you got to do that in order for this house to pass, right? And get sold. That's what you do. You do what he says. Because if you can do the things that he says to pass the house, then that's all that matters. Fuck that. Don't go out of your way to make shit look nice. I don't believe in that. And I'm telling you right now, you don't have to do that. So don't let these people are all about money. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to spend your money on it, you go right ahead. But me, as someone who knows this shit, I'm telling you right now, that's what these people are going to try to convince you to do. And that's why I get what I get in the cards. All right? Is I feel like this person, this designer person, is going to try you. She's going to be like, okay, well, I think we should do this and do that so we could sell the house so it looks more enticing. And no, no, no. You tell her straight. This house is old enough now. If the new owners want to come in here, because at the end of the day, what you want to do, sell the house or you want to make it look pretty for somebody else? And then you're not even going to get the money that you spent in it. Remember, I've told you this from day one. And you got to understand that that's the way it's got to be. Because if you don't stand up to the designer or whoever else is doing the work, then you're going to get fucked. And then the money you spend, you're not going to get back when that house gets sold. I mean, you technically are because you didn't buy it, right? But we're not going to go there. You got to go there where like you got the less you put into it, the more you make. Understand that concept? Now, you could take my advice and run with it, or you can say, fuck that, I'm going to do what these people tell me. So it's up to you, right? But I know if you know Phil, and I feel like I hear him in the background saying, please don't do too much because it ain't going to be yours no more. And let somebody else fix it up and have fun fixing it and get what you can for it. You know, that's how I feel because I've seen this shit happen so many times, and I don't want you to get caught up in these people's BS and make them make money off of you when they don't deserve it. So let's go over this one more time. When the inspector comes, and inspectors can be assholes, right? But he might have some, he might just tell you, hey, look, you know, he might tell you this, look, you got to fix this floor that's, at a slope. You fix this floor. That's got to be a must. He might say that. He might, if he notices it. He might say, look, you got to fix this floor for safety reasons. Outside, you have this has got to get done, or, you have to clean your gutters, whatever. I don't know. But he's going to say, look, because he knows at the end of the day, you're going to sell the house, right? So you gotta listen to him and what he says. So if he says, "Look, in order for this, you gotta tell him too. You gotta say, what do I have? I want." And he's gonna inspect and he's gonna give you a paper and it's gonna say, "You gotta do this or this or this." Or he might say, "Hey, look, the house is fine. You can sell it the way it is. It don't matter." It could be either way, right? But the end result in the cards is saying you're going to win. You're going to get what, and I've already said this to you, that whatever the case may be, you're going to sell the house and it's going to be fine. Like I see you winning in the end and you getting the house sold and everything working out. So I got the Ace of Swords in the end, and that's telling me that as long as you take the initiative, then you're going to get the victory. Everything will be success at the end of the day. Hey, Mystical. Hey, Fiona. How you guys doing? I agree, Starlight. you know. But Tanya, let me just check about the inspector too. I asked, is the inspector gonna fail the house? And it says no. It says that you got the Six of Wands, that you're gonna get good news, you know, and that as long as there is some effort put in, I think that you might expect like it to be bad, but it won't be. It's not gonna be as bad as you think, and not even bad at all. There might be some ideas that people have to make it better or something like that. But if the designer lady hasn't even said anything about that, then it shouldn't be a problem anyway. Because if she didn't notice anything that was wrong, then I don't see nothing being wrong anyway. As long as it's a livable house, then they're not really worried about shit like that. Hey, calm down. Damn dog, your snoring was vibrating my damn toes. Holy shit, dog. I swear the things I gotta deal with, man. Right, and that's the thing. So I don't really get any negative things here at all, Tanya. And I honestly feel that the inspector ain't gonna really have much to say, if anything. But getting the Ace of Swords and the Six of Wands to me is like a victory. It's like you getting whatever happens is not gonna be nothing serious. Where it's gonna be everything's gonna be fine. And see, when you're selling a house, right? The inspector is just gonna say, you know what? I gotta come back here anyway when the new people go in and they want to change shit. Because if they change shit, they need a permit, right? So he might say, look, I'm gonna have man maybe come back here to get the new owners, a permission to do a permit here, to do this, to do that. Because out of all the years of working on houses, right? When a person says I'm buying a house, the first thing they do is change shit. And I'm sure when Phil got that place, he changed it. He changed majority of the shit that was there. Or I know he changed several things. He had to. Everybody does. I don't know anybody that has a house that they buy from somebody else that they don't change shit. You know? Like my apartment, everything in here is different. The only thing that's the same is the tile on the floor. That's it. Everything else is gone, changed. You know? So I honestly think that the less you do, the more you're gonna gain from it because it don't make sense making a house better for somebody else. You buy it as is and you do it. Like the water main inside the wall that needs a little cupboard door. Yeah, but see that's not gonna really make it fail. The inspector ain't gonna say, "Oh, you need to put, a cupboard door on this thing for it to pass." You know that because they can. There's people that buy the house, they can rip all those cupboards out because they don't like them. You know, but if he ripped out the toilets and put new toilets, that's a plus. You know, so that's less plumbing that people have to do. But if you got white toilets, this person might like fucking beige toilets and might rearrange all the bathrooms. Like if they can get that house for a good price, they're gonna spend more money fixing it up over the next 20 years, 10 years or whatever, you know? It's just like when my sister got this house 15 years, 16 years ago. We changed everything at this house, pretty much. The only thing that's left is the bathrooms. And we're about to do those. That's the next thing we're doing is renovating the bathrooms. So I'm gonna stick to that because I know that that's the case. But and even with the cards, I do get all positive things, Tanya. You know, yeah. But you gotta let me know how you make up. But most inspectors are assholes, at least the ones here. Hopefully you get a nice one and he doesn't be like a prick. But if he knows the designer lady, that could be it too. Maybe being around you and her will make his day, you know. Yeah, a lot of people like that when I posted it up. A lot of people was actually they thought it was pretty cool. See, everything happens for a reason. Anything else you want me to check or you good? And Maria, you're next. My other pain in the ass. But I've told you from day one, Tanya, that the less you do in that house, the better it is because nothing hurts more than selling a house with the things that you fix and someone else like change it and you're like, well, it's not my house anymore, but I worked so hard on that. I spent so much money on that, you know? Like, fuck, you know? I remember my sister's old house. My sister told me yesterday that she doesn't even want to think about her old house because the people changed everything, right? And pissed her off, right? And I told her, and her ex husband at the time, I told him, do not sink too much money into this house because you're selling it to buy the other one. The money you're going to spend on this house, you could spend on the new one. Mark my words, you guys ain't fucking listening. And they regretted everything I told them. They regretted not listening to me. Because they went ahead and put wooden floors all through the house and all this shit. And I'm like, you're wasting all this money on this fucking shit. People ain't worried about that. They're gonna change that shit. And sure as hell, somebody bought the house and made it into like a office and shit, and they ripped out all the wooden floors and put all tile. And my sister was fucking pissed and she says, you were right. I spent 20 grand on that damn floor for nothing. I said, I fucking told you. You don't want to listen to me. People when they buy a house, right? Right now, when you make a house from the beginning to the end. So if you have a house that hasn't even been built yet, and you have an architect say, look, I want the architect, I want this bedroom to be this size, this bedroom to be that. I want a window here. I want that there. I want this. I want that. That's different because you're designing your own dream house, right? That's totally different. But when you buy a secondhand house or a secondhand anything, you're going to change it unless you completely love the way it is, which I highly doubt. And every house that you live in, you gotta change shit eventually. And shit don't last forever, you know? There's always gonna be appliances you have to get rid of. There might be like a leak somewhere and you have to change it, or there might be like you want to extend this, you want to put a wall here, you want to do that. So you let those people that buy that house deal with it. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense trying to get more value because the more you put into it, the less value you're gonna get for it. Because then people are gonna be like, oh well, I like this new carpet, but it's not my type because I have asthma and I have to rip this carpet out and put vinyl floors. So that's what I'm trying to say. So if you put that new carpet down, right? You put that new carpet down, and that person says, look, I have allergies, I can't have carpet. So the first thing that person gonna do is rip out that brand new fucking carpet that you spent money on. See what I mean? That's what happened here at this house. We had to rip up all the carpet upstairs because my nephew has allergies. They had to get an allergy-free carpet. So maybe that's something you should look into is get allergy-free carpet. So that way, if anybody says, "Oh, I have to rip up this carpet," or blah blah blah, you say, "Okay, let's get allergy-free carpet," because it is a such thing. There's carpets where you can get like that doesn't have certain things in it to give you allergies. So you might want to look into that. Right. So if you got to spend money on the next house, use your money for the next house, not that one. Get whatever you can for that one and move on. That's my suggestion. Because I've been doing this shit my whole life. I've renovated houses my whole life. And everybody always tells me the biggest regret I have is renovating this shit for somebody else to enjoy or to make just a couple grand off of it and then they change it. Fuck that. All right. Pain in the ass. You're next. All right, let me see what's going on with Papi Chulo and Mommy. But I told you about you and your ex yesterday, woman. You never listened to me. Ain't nothing gonna change in 24 hours. I already told you, and your lawyer told you as well that this is a laughing matter. He can push for that, right? But that's like, what would you rather have? Visitation, or him take the kids and leave with them? That's what you gotta ask for, you know? So if you're gonna push for supervision visitation, that's probably what you're gonna get alone. But him spending time with those kids alone ain't gonna happen. Because one, he just started paying for him. And two, they don't even know him. So they're not gonna be confident with him. Because they don't know him. And the only way he should know, right, is through you and be with you to know. You got it, you're the mother. They will never allow that to happen. I'm telling you right now, that ain't gonna happen. And I already looked into this yesterday. You as the primary parent, right? And you are the mother. You will always have more say than he will ever have. Because you're the one who's been paying for him for the past 2 years. Or however long it's been. And he ain't been in their lives. Right? And that's the deal. He'll never be able to take those kids physically and go do what he wants with them. It ain't happening. It can happen over a period of time, but you can also, like, when kids are that young, right? They're not gonna allow that shit, because you have to have supervision because you don't even know who your kids are. You don't really know 'em. He don't know those kids. Those kids already said they don't even know who this guy is. They know of him, but you can't just. He thinks he's gonna be able to do that. He's just doing it for like scare tactics, you know. Well, that's the thing. He won't be able to get what he wants. He's not. I'm telling you, he's not. And the only way he's gonna get what he wants is if you don't fight it. You don't fight against it. You see what I'm saying? So if your lawyer already told you this is a laughing matter, which I know it is, it's like it's not funny, but you know what I mean. Laughing at him because he thinks he's gonna get what he wants and he can't, or because he pays for them now, right? Because he has to and he got caught. They're not gonna just give him rights and just say, "Yeah, sure, you pay now, you can go do it." No, no, because you're the primary person. See, you can't allow that to happen. You know exactly. That's all that matters. They're never gonna allow that to happen. There has to be a mutual like agreement to that. You gotta sign a paper saying it's okay to take your children. And that ain't gonna happen. If I were you, I'd never let that happen. You know? Because you don't know what he's gonna do to those kids. He don't even know. He probably don't even know what the fuck they like. What you gonna do? Take them to McDonald's and tell them you want some chicken nuggets and French fries? Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You don't know if those kids have allergies or what they're allergic to. You gotta mention all those things. He can't be with those kids by themselves because he don't even know what the fuck they like. You see? You gotta counteract stupid people. I'm these guys' uncle, and I know what they like more than their own father knows what they like. The court's gonna tell him, right? You know what the cards are telling me? Like I already told you. The courts are gonna tell him he has to show that he's mature and responsible and has a job and has a fit home for him to even think about having these kids in his presence by himself. So the only thing he might get supervision, you know, he might get that, but I don't even see him getting that yet because he has to go through a process. See, he's trying to trick you or contradict himself. Like he's being cautious at the same time, you know? Right. He's very inconsistent. And until he shows he's a mature, responsible person, then he's not gonna get nothing. And like I don't know if I said this yesterday, but you can get a woman or a man from child services, right? And take those two children by themselves, one after each other, by themselves in a room, and you say, "Hey, do you know who your daddy is?" And like, "Well, we know who he is because my mommy told him." "Has he been in your life?" "No." "Do you know what?" "No." "You want to be with this guy?" "No." "You want to be with your mommy?" "Yes." "Okay." "Do you want mommy and daddy to be to you when daddy comes over here? You want this? That's what I'm saying. They're gonna put that shit through all the child services and shit. Cause you gotta keep going on that tip where this is gonna affect my children. They're too young. So if he wants to see them, I have to be there. He's gotta deal with me. So he's gotta come to your house and see him, and then that's it. Half an hour and check you later. Goodbye. Fuck that. You gotta lay down the rules because you're the one who is the primary person, and they'll give you that because he's irrelevant. He hasn't done shit. You see what I'm saying? And he's been forced by law to pay child support. So that's even a big X against him. That's a big L on his part. You're worrying too much. I tell you that already. And it has to be on your terms, like on a weekend. Like you gotta say you can come by on Sundays for like an hour. That's it. You gotta lay down the rules. You gotta say like you gotta tell your lawyer and isn't whatever. You gotta say, look, that fucking shit ain't happening. You can see your kids once a week for now until you show you're mature enough and you show you're responsible enough. And you can't reschedule. You gotta come on Sunday from 10 in the morning till 11 in the morning. And if I have something to do, you gotta fucking wait. Too bad. You gotta make him suffer for that shit. You gotta make him earn his rights. You know? And this is the other way around, whereas the woman is doing it, they do the same thing. But the court will always have the mothers back in a way because you're not the one that's neglected your children. All right, as for Walter, right? Family life looks good for him. So he might be enjoying time with his family, friends. He's looking for like new things to do. He's approaching his problems in a different way. He's trying to get more like he's trying to get like more knowledge, more information for work and things like that. He's trying new things to make sure like I've been getting this for a while now, him trying new things or wanting to do new things. Right now he feels weak. He feels like he can't control his emotions at times. And when he's alone, like he feels like he's not effective enough, like he has too much on his mind and he can't decide what he wants to do. But I do see like family members trying to help him or make him happy. So if he has like a sister or a brother or somebody close to him, mother, father, whatever, like somebody's trying to help him in his family and make him feel good about himself, things like that. But he wants to try a lot of new things. But right now he feels like he's not effective enough. Like he's not doing what he really wants to do. Like certain things are bothering him. Probably work shit. Tomorrow you guys will see each other and you'll be talking and you'll be fine. Tomorrow got good cards for you guys seeing each other. So tomorrow looks good for you and Walter. You and Papi Chulo, you'll see each other and talk. It'll be positive. You wanted too damn much. Stop worrying, woman. Put it all in God's hands. Everything is gonna work out. The more you worry, the more worry is gonna come. You gotta let it go. And just know that everything is gonna be alright. Yeah, he just seems down with work. I get work related things. Work's putting a lot of pressure on him, which is normal. He has more responsibilities. So he's got to do more things. Well, we'll see if you get D. And I don't want to know about it either. I'm just teasing. But yeah, it looks good. Sexercise, yes. He be listening to me too much. The best exercise is sexercise. Dirty little rascals. All right. Okay, so I'm all caught up here. Good to go. All right, cool. I gotta go do a job tomorrow at 9:30. Gotta go work at my client's condo. If I get a chance, I'll take a video of the. It's actually a suite. It's like a boiler suite. It's pretty decent. It's a beautiful view of the ocean and stuff. If I remember, I hope I remember tomorrow. I'm gonna actually ask my client if I can like take a few pictures of it. He was like, "What for what?" I'm like, "I just want to, I just want to like show people where I work." He was like, "Well, hopefully he's got to use the bathroom, and I'll start videotaping." Hopefully he gets a call when he goes outside and I take a pic. I don't like to ask him things like that, but he would let me do it. He's cool. He would let me videotape it and shit. And I tell him, "Yeah, let me rent this shit for a night. Bring some hoods up here." "Oh my god, this is your suite?" "Yeah, baby, I'm a baller." Meanwhile, they'll come knocking on the door 2 days later. And I won't even be there. Like, "Mark, who? You don't live here?" Okay. Shit. Yeah, it's a nice place. It's like a big suite. It's like a condo suite type of place. It's on the fifth floor. It's at the highest floor of the building. It's like a 5-story building overlooking the water. It's a really, really nice place. It's like an alley. You can go in an elevator to get to your shit. Like and I gotta change all the batteries in the fire alarms because I think I think he's the lease is over for the people that were in there, and he's like freshening it all up. And then usually when he asks me to change all the batteries, it's because someone new is coming in there, so they don't bother him and say the battery's going in the fire alarm. But it's a beautiful place. It's like it's got a nice porch. It overlooks the water. It's right in the middle. So like people on the sides like are not really gonna like see you too much. Yeah, Mike, this is my rich client. He's like a multi-millionaire. He owns multiple properties. When I first met him, he had 8 properties. And since I've known him for the past maybe 14 years now, I've known him. But he sold at least 3 places, I think now. Three, one, two, three. Yeah, 3 places he sold that I used to work at. He sold the 3 places, but he has two houses, that suite that I'm talking about, and 2 condos. That's what he had. And I work at all of them. He'll call me like and just say, "Oh, can you meet me at this place? I got this work to do, that work to do." I'm like, "All right, cool." He's like a baller. He doesn't act rich, and he doesn't like, you wouldn't think he's rich. You wouldn't. Cause he's so cheap, and he's like a serious tight ass. But he's a good person. I love him to death. He's a cool guy though. He's just a tight ass though. Like he ain't got no Rolex or he don't ball out of control. Like you don't see like no jewelry or nothing. He wears like shorts and a polo shirt and some bullshit ass sneakers or something. Like he don't have expensive shit. Like you never seen him like, even when he's dressed up, he's just normal. He ain't wearing no Gucci and all that. His wife don't wear no Louis Vuitton shit, nothing like that. Yeah, he is. He's a good person. His birthday is coming up too. He's a good person. He's getting old now. He's like 76 or 77, I think. He's getting older now. But he's a good person, man. I love him to death. He's put my business on. Without him, my business wouldn't exist. It's all condominiums and suites. Yeah, it's all condos and suites and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of it from the outside, and I'll take a picture from the inside. It's nice places. So like, you gotta be rich to live there, pretty much. Oh, everybody who lives there is rich. You have to be, because it's like they're $1 million condos, like, and suites. Nothing less than $1 million each. I guarantee it. And none of it's ever for sale either. Like, if somebody's selling one of those places, somebody would definitely buy it because it's in like a very good area. Like, there's a lot of things in the area, like grocery shops, gas stations, stores. Everything's like right around the place. Perfect. And you have two elevators that take you up and down. You ain't gotta go on no, it's all like wheelchair accessible for old people and shit. Yeah, this guy, he rents the place. He rents it on a 1 year lease. So every year it's like a new people come in there. He rents it on 1 year leases. Yeah. But the people he rents to are people that are foreigners that come here to work, and they want a year of being there, and the exempt company pays the rent. I think it's like 6 grand a month he gets for that place. I could be wrong, but I think it's 6 grand a month. Could be more because he upgraded it like a couple years ago. And it's got one, two, three bedrooms, a big living room, a nice kitchen, and it's at the top floor. It's got a beautiful like dining room and kitchen area, all open, no walls that separate shit. Everything's nice and open. Bedrooms are like so, they're average size. It's got your own parking bay. Well, this particular client I have, he only does 1 year leases because that's what he wants. He doesn't want people there long term. So he has a 1 year lease system. So if he likes the tenant and they treat the place decent, because he's the type of person, he'll open that shit up and go right in there and he'll just check to see if everything's fucked up or not. And if it is, he's kicking your ass out. He's done it before. I've seen him do it. He's one of those type of people that, the lease allows him to do what, like it's an agreement. But I know he only does a year because every year I go there and I do like the same shit. Like, fix this, fix that, do this, do that. So when I go there tomorrow, I know there's not going to be nobody in there. And he's going to be like, yeah, I'm re-renting it. End of the month, people are coming in, or the due date is this day, these people are coming in. So this is a newer condo. Like, it's old. It's like, it's been around for a while, but he is like, it's a nice one. It's probably his best condo he has. Yeah. And in the beginning of the estate road, he bought a condo for his son. So he has this suite in the actual main building that's on the fifth floor. That's 3 bedrooms, right? Two bath. I think it's big, and it's like, nice, really really nice, posh, like, for rich people. And then the condo, he's rented it to the same person for years, and that person has probably paid off that mortgage. It's the first condo that was built in that area. He bought it first. He bought the first condo there. So he bought it for his son. His son lived in it for probably like a couple months and then left. And he lives away now. And he rents the place out and lives off the rent. His son's my friend too. He's my boy. And then he built a house for his daughter. He built a house for his daughter. And I did that house from start to finish. It's a brand new house. That's the first big job he ever gave me, was building his daughter, because his daughter and me, Me and his daughter and her husband are very good friends. So she gave me the job because she knows me. So that was my first big job he gave me. And then after that, he trusted me, so he gave me all the work for all his houses. And then his dad passed away when I first went to his house. His dad had passed away and left him the house for him and his brother. But the brother was living there, so he kicked his brother out because his brother was like a crackhead or whatever. So he gave his brother half the money and he went somewhere else. So they sold that house for like $1 million and something dollars. I worked there. I renovated it. So he's given me a lot of work, tons of work. So if it wasn't for him, my business wouldn't be alive. He's the guy. He gives me a lot of work. So he still has like 5 houses. So I work at all of them. He had like 8, like I said, but even the ones he sold, I still work at one of them. Because the lady who bought the condo, like the house condo, whatever it is, she still gets me to do work there. So it's all good. Cause she's like, oh, because the woman they sold it to is the wife's best friend, and she told me she's keeping me as her maintenance guy. So I was like, all right, cool. So I'm good to go. So right now, currently, I do property management. So when they call me to come fix shit, or to change this or renovate that, or at this condo I'm talking about, when they sold it to her, they renovated the kitchen and I went and changed all the electrical, the fans, the lights, the plugs. So he always gives me like work all year round. So there's some weeks that go by he doesn't call me at all because everything's fine, and then there's some months where it's like every other day I'm doing something for him. Like tomorrow when I go work for him, he's gonna tell me about something else and then something else, and then I ended up saying, okay, whenever you're ready, just call me. So I'm like his on call like maintenance guy. So I'm good. And he always pays right away. So I'm good. I'm blessed to have him in my life. But he's not my only client. I have a few other clients that give me work here and there. Hey Marilyn, how you doing? How much does he make a month? I have no idea, but I know it's a lot of money. I have no idea how much it really is because I don't ask him those things. But I would say he rents out that condo. The one I'm going to tomorrow, he rents that out for 6 grand a month. I know that for a fact because he even told me that. And his son's condo is 5,500 a month, and that was years ago. So maybe that's 6 grand too. I'm sure it is because that's a nice condo. Um, the other condo that I work at, that's in the city, that's about probably 4 grand a month because that's a little shittier. But it's in a nice. I think it's 435 or 4 grand a month. I think it is, and yeah, so it's those two and that one. Yeah, so he's getting rent off of 3 places. So I would say he's probably making like 15 grand a month off of rent. Probably more than that. He's probably making like, you know, I would say six and maybe four. I would say like, yeah, like 16, 15, 16 a month off of all 3 together. Guaranteed. For sure. Hmm. And you know what else is all those places that I mentioned are all paid for. They don't have no mortgages. That shit's been gone. He's making profit, like probably 15 to $16,000 a month. Oh, right, and I forgot. In his main house, he has an apartment there too, and that's like probably 2 grand a month or more. It's probably like 2 grand a month, maybe 2,500 a month. So I would say you might as well say he makes 20 grand a month almost on his properties a month. I would say average. I don't know the truth, but I would say average between 15 and 20 a month from all those rentals that he has. It's 3 condos and an apartment. That's what he has. Yeah, I forgot about the apartment. I keep forgetting about that. Oh yeah, I know. I know how much money. I have an idea of how much it all is. He makes a couple 100 grand a year off of all those properties. I know that. That's for sure. He makes over 100 grand a year, easy. Maybe 200 a year. Like I said, he's a multi-millionaire, and he had a house in the states too, and he sold it a couple years ago. I think about 5 years ago, he sold his house. So I know for a fact he's a millionaire, like multi-millionaire. He ain't got just 1 million. He's got a couple. I guarantee it. But one thing I love about him is he's not like a rich prick, you know? Like he's very humble and he doesn't act rich. He doesn't talk rich. He doesn't like, oh yeah, I fucking pay for that. He's not like that. He's cheap as shit. He buys like the bare minimum shit. He thinks he's gonna take all his money with him sometimes. I kind of want to tell him that, but I don't want to offend him. But one thing I give him, he definitely like lives good. He definitely lives good. He eats the best. He eats at the best places. You know. No, he's not a real estate person. No, no, he's never been a real estate person. He's never done real estate. He just owns those properties. His dad, his dad was a construction worker, and he had these properties, and he inherited a lot of them, and then he went ahead and like bought them. But his wife is an accountant, so they both got stupid money. So they both worked together and made it happen. But he was a professional tennis pro, and he taught people how to play tennis at a hotel. So he was making good money. He did it for years, like 40 something years. He's a good guy, man. He deserves everything he has. He does a lot for his children and his grandchildren. And he takes a lot of trips. He goes on like probably 10 trips a year. Easy. Probably more than that. He goes away like every month. He loves to travel. He's been all over the fucking world. Him and his wife are good people. His whole family's good, man. I love the whole. I feel like I'm a part of their family. They'll always do anything for me if I ask them. Marilyn, you said where are the Pisces and this your wife? Where are the Pisces? Okay, cool. I was reading it like twice, and I'm like, I don't know. I gotta ask you what happened, but you just confirmed it. Marilyn, I'm getting no, they're not really interested in the project. I'm getting that they're uncertain about it. They're not made their mind up about it. And it seems like the man is not like he's somewhat interested, but maybe not her. And they don't think that they're interested enough to make to it be interested. They're not interested enough to make it happen. So I would say no, they're not interested. I feel like the man is, not really. He's kind of like interested, but the wife isn't. So then he just said, "Fuck it. If she does not interested, I'm not interested." Type of thing. So I'm getting no. They're not really interested in the project at all. I don't get nothing good here, but I just get like the guy that he just wants. Like he wouldn't mind, but then when he ran it through his wife was like, "Nah, I don't really want to do that." And then he was like, "Okay, whatever." All right, Starlight. I'm about to get out of here too. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I gotta wake up and go to work. Yeah, he'll be interested without her. Yeah, for sure. I just confirmed that. To be honest, before you even asked me that, I confirmed it. I asked if he interested for sure, or is it her, and it says that he's interested, but not her. He's interested, but he thinks that if he were to like do it, his wife would be pissed at him. Like his wife will argue with him, like, "Why? I told you I'm not interested. So if I'm not interested, you shouldn't be interested." You know. So it's like he's interested, but if he goes forth with it, she might get mad at him. She's not going to divorce him, but you know what I mean. Like she'll be kind of like, "Yo, I told you I'm not interested in this, so I don't want you to do it either." It tells him what to do or what he can do. But it looks like he is interested, though, to a certain extent. You're welcome, Merlin. All right, guys. Look, I've been on here for like 2 hours. I gotta get out of here because I gotta work tomorrow. So I'll be back on here tomorrow, maybe during the day. I might come on, and I should be here tomorrow night as usual. But I have to wake up early tomorrow so I can go do this job. No problem, Tanya. Anytime, and thank you too. I appreciate you. And just let me know how it goes. All right. Good night, Starlight. Good night, Marilyn. Tanya, Fiona, and anybody else in here. I'll see you guys tomorrow and enjoy your Thursday. I gotta take this crazy dog outside. She's acting dumb.